So let's start by creating a new file. Maybe I get 10.html, and I'll open this 10.html. I'll delete everything and I will put HTML5. Okay, I don't have HTML5 here. This is my HTML5. So I will create, yeah, 1, 2, 3 classes. And I was teaching you the position yesterday, and position class will go for whole of this week because it is too much in detail. We have to learn a lot of things in the position. And let me run this. So I have 3 text, 1, 2, and 3. And if I see the text 1, it starts from this point where my mouse is here, this point. Let's annotate. It starts from this point, and text 2 starts from the div of text 2 starts from this point, and div of text 3 starts from this point. Let's add one more. Let's add one more div. And if I refresh the page, I have one more div. So we have 4 div. Right now, if I don't give any position, this is static position. Let me mute everyone. So since I am not putting anything, it is static position. So by default, all are in static position, and static position is a natural position. So the div will come one below the another, and it does not have any top or any left or any bottom or any right kind of position. It is kind of default position. It will not affect the real position of each div. They will be placed as they are. Now let's try to understand the relative position. If I change this second div to relative position, you will see the difference between the static and the relative. So let's change the class 2 to position of relative. So once I have changed to relative, nothing happens. It looks like it is a static position, but relative position, with relative position we can give top, left, right, or bottom kind of position. So let's try to make top of 20 pixels. So the div moves from top to 20 pixel below, and let's give the left of 50 pixel. So it moves from the left to right for the 50 pixel. You will see the third div and fourth div are in its own position. It does not change the position. Only the second div changes the position. It moves from its normal position to different position. So this is called relative position. Relative position means it moves from its current position to new position. So it starts from here. So when I say 50 pixel left, so from where it will be 50 pixel left? From here. When I say it is 20 pixel from the top, so it is not top from this point, it is top from this point. So it moves from its original position to the new position. So it does not move from this top of this browser. It moves from where it was originally placed. So let's place it again to its original position. So this is the original position. If I move left of 10 pixel, so it will move from its original position to 10 pixel, left of 10 pixel. So that means it will not move from the top of the browser, it will move from its where it was originally present. So this is called relative position. Let's try to change it to absolute position. Once I change this to absolute position, so it let me give the top so that you can understand what is exactly. So when I say top, so top means it does not move from its original position. It moves top from the browser's position, not from where it was present. It will move from where it is browser's position. So I can give, let's say I give to top of 200 pixel and I'll give left of 100 pixel. So this position is calculated from the left and top. So it will be placed from the left and top, not from the original position where it was present. So absolute position is from the top of the browser and it is defined as a top and left in its sense. We can define bottom and right also, but here in this example we are defining top and left. Let's try to make all this div as a absolute position. So if I change everyone to absolute position, let's change everyone to absolute position. Let's refresh the page. I change everyone to absolute position, but I did not give the top, left, bottom, right. So it is coming overlapping with each other. So they are at the one position and they are overlapping with each other. So to fix it, we need to give the top, left, bottom and the right. So let's try to give the top, left, bottom and right. So I'll go to the class 1 and I'll say top of 0 and left of 0. That means it is attached to the top and it is attached to left. From top it's a 0 pixel, from left it is 0 pixel. So it will be attached to the top left corner. If you see, there is something coming on the top left corner. Let's go to the class 2. And here, so relative and absolute position has no meaning if we don't give the top, left and other parameters. We have to position it to somehow different location. So if I go to second class and if I say top 0 and right 0. So the second div moves to the right side because I said top is 0 and right side is 0. So I have defined only two parameters, rest it position itself. Let's go to the third class and I will say bottom is 0 and left is 0. It will attach to the left and bottom here. It will attach to here. And I'll go to the fourth class and I will say bottom 0, that will go down, and I'll say right of 0. So it will move to the right. So right side is 0 and bottom is 0. So it moves to the right side. So you will see the div is moved to the right side. So this way we position absolute position and we put the div in different location on the viewport. Let's try to add some. So here I will say in the first I will say top 0 and left 0. In the second I will say top 0 and right 0. And in the third, I'll say bottom 0. So where we want to move the div, we will make it 0. If we want to move it to left, we will make left 0. If we want to make top, we will make top 0. And we'll say right 0, for example. And I'll say bottom 0 and left 0. So this is something we placed four div in the four corners of the window. Let's add some text here with some div hello world. So you will see when I'm moving down that this text is going up and I am not able to see it after some time because it is gone up. So since this four position was initially placed and when I move down, all this goes upward. So instead of absolute, if I make it fixed, if I make it fixed, now if I refresh the page, you will see four texts are placed in the same position where we were having absolute position. But now when I scroll down, let's change this text to some different one. So that you can see what's happening. So initially now text is placed in the same position as we were having absolute, but when I am moving down or moving up, these four blocks of div are placed on the same position. It is not moving. Though the text is moving, but these four blocks are not moving. So absolute and fixed are almost same in the positioning the div, but with a fixed, the div is fixed to the screen. It will not move. It is fixed to the screen. Though I am moving the scrolling up and down, all these divs are fixed in the position. But if I change it to absolute, then though initially it is in the same position as it was in the fixed, but it is moving down as I am scrolling down. So this is the difference between absolute and fixed. With a fixed, it is positioned in the same where it is positioned in the start, and it does not move. But with the absolute, it is positioned when we position in the start, it is at the same position, but it moves down in the absolute as I scroll down. But with the fixed, it does not move down. Only the content moves up and down. So sometimes we need the fixed position to make it at particular position, and we can move the content up and down. But with the absolute, we move the content along with the div. Is this part clear?
Yes.
We will do a lot about this positioning. This is today is just the beginning. We are just doing the what is the difference between absolute and fixed. We have to do lot with this positioning. Let's delete all, and I will use only one relative one to show you some different things. So I have one div that is relative. So if I change this divs, okay, let's delete all this one.
I think relative is spelled wrong.
Spelled wrong? Oh yeah, right. You're correct. Absolutely correct. Okay, so this is my relative div, and the one which I will show you, this will work with relative and static both. So this is my relative div. Let's make the width to 500. So it becomes 500 pixel width. Now let's change to margin to auto. When I change the margin to auto, you will see the div is aligned to the center. So when I say margin auto, it automatically takes left equal and right equal and arranges the div in the center of the screen. So this will work with static also. So even if I remove the position, even if it's relative or static, if I want to center the div, I will use margin auto. Margin auto center the div on the screen. If I change it to absolute, then this does not work. It does not go to the center. So if you want to, so there are different ways to make the absolute to the center, but this will not work of margin auto. Margin auto only works when you have static or relative position. In that case, the div can come into the center of the screen. Now, if I remove this position, then div will come into the center. If we have position absolute, there is other ways to make it center. I will show you that way tomorrow. For now, just remember to make it center, you will use margin auto with position static or position relative. So that's for today. So what we saw, static is default position. Relative is position, is change of position from its original position. Absolute is change of position from the document, or you can say body. From the top body, we give the top, left, right, and bottom, how many pixels we want from that position. And fixed is similar to absolute, but it remains at fixed position, whereas absolute changes position on scrolling. To make the div center align, use static or relative position with margin auto. This will centralize the div. We will see different way of centralizing the div tomorrow with absolute position, but not and a fixed position, but that is a different way. And we will see a lot about the positions, because in interview, all interview, this position is asked. Whenever there is a CSS interview, 99% they will ask about a position. So you should master this position thoroughly, and it's very important. So if you know only position, then also you will be clear your interview in CSS, because 99% people ask positions. So let's go further now to our JavaScript. So let me give you this point on the chat. Now let's go to the JavaScript. I will create a new JavaScript file 8.html. Today I will show you some important concept of JavaScript, which is very important and you should remember it. let's start the JavaScript now. So JavaScript always start with a script tag and ends with a script tag. Okay. Now I will show you one important concept of JavaScript. Let me open the file. Okay. So how to create an object? Let's create one object. Var object equal to curly bracket, curly bracket. If I want to create array, what I will use? Var r equal to rectangular bracket. But if I want to use create an object, I will use curly bracket, curly bracket. So this is one way of creating the object. Let's put something in this object. Object is equal to name. I can put name, and name is another object. So if it's another object, what should I put in the value? I will create a rectangular a curly bracket again, and I can put key value pair inside the name. So name is another object with a key value called as first. For example, John. I will put last name day. For example, day, and then I will go and I will create address. Address is also another object, so I will put curly bracket and end curly bracket, and I will say city San Francisco, state California, country US. Now, if I want to access this last name, I want to console.log of the last name. So what should I write here?
Last?
If I put directly last, it will not work. I'll show you. So let me open the console. So it's saying last is not defined. So I cannot say directly last. How can I access the last? Do you know or you don't know? Yes or no?
Um, I would try a couple of things. Maybe
Okay. Try.
OBJ?
OBJ.
I'm probably wrong.
Now say OBJ what? OBJ is full object. So how will I only print this last name?
Name?
Pardon? Can you type if you? I'm not clear. Can you speak loudly or type?
OBJ.name or something? OBJ
Okay. Okay. Right. OBJ dot name. Again. What is? But I
and
want to
then
print
last?
what last?
Dot
Name what?
last?
Dot last. Right. She is also typing dot last. Right. It's obj.name.last, and it will give the last name. So if I refresh, I will give last name. So how will I access the address? The country. obj
OBJ.address.country?
address dot country. So it will give the country. Okay, US. I can also put function. For example, I will say show me. And show me is not an object, it's not an array, but a function. And I can say here, inside show me, I can say, for example, alert hi. Okay. So how will I call this show me? Or I'll say console.log of hi. So I want to call this show me. How will I call?
Would it be show me? No, would
Okay.
it be
It's inside
console.log?
console.log is there. I don't want console.log. I want to call this function show me. Only tell me how to access the show me. Try something.
Oh, call the function.
Yeah, call the function.
Show me and let me tap.
Type it if you know. Yeah, but show me is not direct function. It is inside the object. So if I put only show me, it will not work because it's inside the object. So we have to. So it's saying show me is not defined. So we have to use this object and then use show me. Obj dot show me. Okay, let's try this one. And I'm getting console hi, which is present inside the show me. But tell me, what if I don't? If I say obj dot show me without the bracket, so if I use obj dot show me in the console dot log, so what will be the output? I'm not putting these round brackets. These round brackets are generally to call the function which you did correctly. But what if I don't want to? If I don't put round bracket, I just say obj dot show me. What will happen?
Will you get an alert high or
Okay, so let's try to see what happens. So when I'm printing show me, it is calling the function in some string format. Whatever the function is there, whatever this function is there, it is calling, it is showing that function. See, it is not executing the function. It is displaying same thing what is defined here. It is displayed same thing what is mentioned here. It is not really executing the function. If I say console dot object dot show me round bracket close bracket, then it is executing the function. Executing means whatever it is inside, it will display that. If I say console dot log hi, it will say hi. If I say alert hi, it will alert hi. Let's make one more alert hi to see what's happening. So it's calling alert hi and then it's doing console dot log hi. But now I am not calling this round bracket round bracket. I am only want this obj dot show me. So obj dot, if I say console dot log of obj dot show me, then it will display the function. It will not execute the alert statement. It will not execute the console.log statement. It will only save the whole function in the string format in that variable called as obj.showme. It's not even saving in the variable, it's just displaying it, whatever is inside obj.showme. Just remember this one. We will use this concept when we go little further in JavaScript. So just remember, if I want to execute the function, I will use round bracket, round bracket. But if I want to save this function somewhere in the memory, I will not call round bracket, round bracket. I will only call this function without round bracket, round bracket. Are you getting me?
yes?
Yeah.
So this will be used in future when I will show you the real meaning of this, why we are putting here. So all the current nowadays JavaScript framework are based on this concept. That is, they save this function in some variable and it does not call unless and until it is required. So it will not call obj.showme anytime unless it is required, and when it is required it will call round bracket to execute the function. But till then it will only save obj.showme, where it is only save the whole function in the string format. It will not execute till we call round bracket. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is one way of calling the object. Let's see what is another way of calling the object in JavaScript. I will create one function called as book, and it needs title, pages, and ISBN number, some book number. Every book has a unique number. And when I create this function, here in the function, I will create some variables which are variables of this function. So these are also variables which are going into the function, but these are variables are called local variables. These are called local variables. There are some function variables which are called as object variables. So to create object variables, we use the keyword called as this. So if I say this dot title is equal to something, so I am creating this as a object variable. This is the variable of this book, and these variables are called local variables, which will be passed into this function. So these are called local variables, and this is called the object variable. So to access these variables, I will tell you how to access these variables, but right now just remember these are the object variables and this is the local variables. So I will say object variable this dot title is equal to local variable title, whatever I am passing it. I can also say this dot pages is equal to pages. I can also say this dot ISBN equal to ISBN. I can also create a function inside this object using this property. I can say this dot print ISBN equal to function. I will create it as a function, and this function will do nothing but it will do console.log of this dot ISBN. And what is this dot ISBN? It is the object variable which I created here, and we are printing this variable. Now I will create an object of this function. I will create an object. So how to create an object? I will say var, put any name, for example bk is equal to, whenever I want to create object from this function, I will use the keyword new book. I put the keyword new and I put the book. And here I want to pass three things. What three things I have to pass? One is the title. So I can say title as my strategy. Pages. Let's say you can put anything, maybe PAG. I don't know what is pages exactly. Put anything. And what is the ISBN? It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe some number. Okay. So, or we can say pages or number of pages we can put. Let's say 200 pages book is. So I created a new object from this function by passing three variables because it expects three variables here. So I'm passing three variables. Now if I do console.log of dk, let's see what is coming. So in the console.log of bk, I'm getting a book as an object, and it has ISBN which I created here, this one. It has pages which I created, this one. It has title which I created here, and it has also a function called as print ISBN, which is right now just a function. We are not using it right now. So whatever three variables I passed here, it goes into the book object and becomes this dot title, this dot pages, and this dot ISBN. So this whatever title I am seeing, this title is nothing but this dot title, this dot pages, this dot ISBN. So either we can create object this way or we can create object using this way. So both are good, but right now today trend is we have to create the object like this one. This has many good utilities and good we have good parameters, or we can call as we have good functionality which we will use using this method. This is the simple method which old days we were used to create object, but right now trend is to create object in this way, and you will see the advantages of this way in future when you go more into JavaScript. Now, how will I console.log this title? I can say, since I created bk as an object, I can say console.log of bk.title. When I say bk.title, it will display bk.title, and whatever title we have passed will be here displayed here. So if I refresh it, It's saying my strategy, because once I created my strategy as a title, so the object title is my strategy. Let's say if I want to display this dot pages, so I can say bk dot pages. Okay, it's not uploaded. 1 second. Let me upload it again. Okay, so it's saying 200. So if I say bk dot ISBN, let's refresh it. It's saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I want to call this function, I can say bk dot print ISBN. So when I use this print ISBN, what will be displayed in the console.log?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. So when I refresh, it will display 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this print ISBN will go inside this function, and inside this function it will console.log of this ISBN. Let's say I created this function. Now I want to add more functions of this object. Like this is the one function I created. Let's say I want to create one more function, for example, print title. I can do this. I can use this dot print title here. But what if I cannot change this function? This function was written by some third party, and I don't want to change this function. I don't want to change this function. So I want to extend these functions into some more advanced feature. So if I want to create this print title function, but I don't have access of this function, I cannot do it inside it, because this function was created by some third party. I don't want to change it. So how to write it? I can say book dot prototype dot and whatever the function name, for example, print title, equal to function, and here I can say console.log of this dot title. So what I did, I extend this book object to add a new function by using the prototype object. So this prototype, what is the prototype does? Prototype adds the functionality of this object by adding the different functions. So let's say if you have one function in this object, you can create 10 more functions by saying book dot prototype dot whatever name of the function you want to give, and you can create that function. This way you can create different functions for this object. I can say print pages. So initially these two functions were not there. Someone, let's say Carrie, came and wrote this object, and now Kate wants to add the print title, and Kate cannot change this function because this is written in some different file which we don't want to change. So what Kate will do? Kate will create book.prototype dot whatever function she wants, he will put it and create a function. Then many will come. He wants to create more function, so he cannot go inside this and create the function. So he will do book.prototype dot whatever function he wants to create, he will create that function. So object is extended to another function and then another function. Since we cannot create this function inside it, the reason is the book function was created already by someone. We don't want to edit it. If we can edit it, we can write here like this. This dot print title is equal to function. If I can edit it, I will put function inside this like this. But if I cannot edit it, I don't want to edit it, I can extend it by calling these two things, which is outside the book object, and we added the function for the book object. So we are now, if I want to print title, I can say bk dot print title, and it will print the title.
Is that similar to the push in the previous example, like
Okay,
in
push,
the array?
yeah, push is only putting the item in the array, you can consider it as a similar kind of thing, but push is very low level kind of thing where we only put a value in it. But here we do lot more things. We increase the functionality of the object. It's kind of push, but it's a little different. It's a kind of complex thing since we add the functionality of the object. In that, in array, we only add the value in the array, which is not really the inside of array. Array is very low level kind of programming, and this object is very high level of programming. So we are extending this object, but you can say it is similar to push, but it's not the push. It is prototype, and then we create the function. Just see what I explained you. Just remember what I explained you. Don't put too much brain on it. When we do some more example, you will learn more. But whatever I explained you, is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so just remember this one. We will come to this point again. When we will go further, we will touch these things again so that you can by heart the things here. So in interview, if you go for JavaScript interview, they will ask you what is this prototype. So you can say prototype is something where we increase the functionality of the object. We add more functionalities to the object using the prototype. So prototype, with the prototype, we add more functionalities to this object. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we are done with JavaScript, today's JavaScript. Let me put this in the chat and then we will move further. Okay, now let's move to our project. Okay, let's start the project now. So when I want to change the project, I will change to project 2017, but let me open the notes because I have written all the functionality here. Okay, yeah. Here is that functionality. Yesterday I wrote some functionality. Yeah, this is the one. And then I will change it to project 2017. Now this is my project 2017. Okay. Let's create a new folder inside this project. And since my project is life reminder, I can name it as LR, just a short form. And all my files will go inside this LR. If I create some new project, my religion, it will be new folder, my religion. So all my projects will go inside this main project. Let's say if I have 10 projects or 15 projects, I will create different folders for each project. I will not create different projects for each project, though I can create that also. But for now, for this, we will put all the projects in this main folder and we will put all the projects inside it. So one is life reminder, one is my religion, one is donation, one is blah, blah, blah. We will create different folders for it. So I created LR folder inside the project for 2017. Let's create one new file inside it. I will name it as index.php. Just I will open index.php. I will go to database. I will go to the MySQL connection. This everyone knows what is this. I will name this connection and I will say server name is localhost. Username is root. Password is nothing. Database is project 2017. I can select also from here. Okay, I get error. Let's see what is the error. Okay, my thing is working fine, but why I got error? Okay, let's put project 2017. Okay, some problem is there. Let me see what is the problem. Let me go and manage site. I'll check my project directory. Okay, I did not specify the remote info. So I will again go and put the remote info as a local network, and I will go to my XAMPP htdocs. Here I will create one project called as project 2017. I'll go inside project 2017 and I'll select it. I'll say project 2017. Automatically upload the files on the server. I'll go to testing server and I'll do PHP MySQL. I will choose local network and here I will put project 2017 dash. Now again I will click the connection and I'll test it. Now connection is successful. So I created project 2017 as a connection, which we do always before we start working in the project. If I open connections folder con.php, it's saying MySQL p connect. So try to remove the p, let it be MySQL connect. And MySQL connect, MySQL is gone now. In PHP 7, you don't see MySQL. So instead, it is replaced with MySQL I. So I will show you later how to convert all MySQL to MySQL I, but right now just keep it as MySQL Connect. So let's keep it this one and I'll upload it. Okay, now let's run this file and see if we get any error or everything is fine. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, this is my folder problem. Let me shift this folder to different place. Let me see if I'm getting error again. No, I'm not getting error again now. Let it be. So everyone clear on creating the connection?
Yes.
Okay, we have already done it, so I'm doing it fast and I can see two tables here. And we have one of the users table and one is the reminder table. Now, before really starting the project, we will define all the pages which we have in our website. So I will define all the pages. So what are the pages we can think of? First is the main entry page. Entry page. That will be some, initial page where user will see what is this website about and all the things in detail he will see. So this is entry page. This is called index.php. Then we have login pages like login.php, login success.php, and there will be login failure.php. Then we have registration pages like register.php, register success.php, register failure.php. We will also use forgot password. So I will say forgot.php. Then I will have change password page. And it will be change password.php. I will have logout page that is called logout.php. Now remember, when we were doing our login in the basics, we were going to login success or we were going to login failure. But in the current project, if you remember that if Kate logs in, if Kate logs in, I want to update my website to the login date. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so after login, we need to update the database. So if I don't do anything, after login, user will go to login success and login failure. So where will I update my database? I want to update my database whenever user logs in. I want to update my database that user is logged in at this time. So we need to create some intermediate page, that is after login.php, user will go to some intermediate page, intermediate one.php, and this intermediate page I will update the users with the new logged in date. So if I logged in today, if I click login, it will not go directly to login success. It will go first to intermediate page where I will update when I logged in, and then I will redirect user to login success. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we created one intermediate one.php page. So this is about login part is done, and let's go further. So whenever user register, we need to send email to the user that you are successfully registered to our website. So when user register, instead of going to the register success, I will have to send the user email, right? So I can create one more page called as intermediate 2 page, where I will send the email to the user, and then I will redirect user to success page. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So here this is intermediate 2 page. When user will go to the forget PHP page, he will fill the email, and we need to send the email that what is his password is. So for this also, we will have forgot success page, and we will also have forgot failure page if user put wrong email, and we will have intermediate page 3.php where we will send mail to user with his real password. We will not encrypt the password for now and for future, because this simple project I don't want to complicate it much. This password, we will keep the password what user will put, and when user will say forgot password, we will send that password to the user. When user will change password, we will just change the password, no need to do anything. Logout is logout. Okay, now this is the first initial phase of pages which we have to build. And now what are the other pages which we have to build? Now when user can create the reminder, okay, so we have to create some new pages. I can say new reminder.php where he will create the reminder with these fields: title, email, message, file link, and he can see all the reminders. So I say list reminders.php. He can edit any of the reminder. He can edit any of this reminder. So I need edit page also. Edit reminder. He can also delete the reminder. So we need delete reminder. So tomorrow sometime he don't need any reminder. He can delete it. And this is what we are doing is phase 1 with limited functionality. Once limited functionality is done, after few weeks we will come and we will improve the functionalities based on the what we see. Let's say tomorrow we don't like something, we will improve it. So this is called phase 1, and we will publish this live, and after 1 month we will see how the users are behaving, and we will change the functionality if we need something. Otherwise we will keep it same. So I can create the new reminder, I can create the list reminder, I can create the edit reminder, I can create delete reminder. Also note that whatever pages I am creating, this is a rough overview. When I will start building the website, all pages may not be same like I am putting here. I may need couple of more pages, or I may need couple of less pages depending on what I am doing it, or what I am feeling it. So right now I'm creating high overview of what things will be there in my website, and later on I will change it when time comes. So you will see how I'm changing it and what things needed for changing the pages. So I created the title, I edited it, I list the reminders, and I deleted it. So we are done with reminders. Now we should go with the cron. So in the cron we will say, first cron we will write, okay, so when user logs in and he does not come to the website, when he logs in, he does not come to the website for 1 month. So we need one cron to check whether he has come every month or he has not come every month. So first cron we will write. So here I will say, so here I will create a reminder folder, and I put all these in the reminder folder. Here I will create a users folder, and I will put all these things in the users folder. Let's create cron folder, and we will create different cron. So first is the cron1.php. What is the use of cron1? It will check if user is not logged in for 1 month. If user has not logged in, then send mail. So this will send mail to the user and update the database as needed. This will do this function. It will check the cron if user is logged in past 1 month, or if user has not logged in within 1 month. So what it will do, it will send the email, are you alive? And if user, this is something we discussed, I don't want to discuss now, just he will send the email, and it will send the email, it will change the flag, email flag 1, and it will change the date of the email flag. So this is the one cron which we will do, which will send the email, and it will do some necessary updates on the database. Let's go and see what other we need. So after 3 days, if user does not come, then we need another cron which will check this date. Okay, which will check this date, and it will check 3 days are passed or not. And if 3 days are passed, then it will send all the reminders. Okay, so let's create another cron. It will check if user is not appeared within 3 days, and if so, it will send reminders to all loved ones. Right now we need only 2 crons. One cron will only check whether user is logged in or not, and another cron will send the reminder if user is not logged in within the 3 days. Is this part clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have any doubt, just ask me, because I go with what I think is the correct. And this index.php, and what else we need? We need contact us page. Let's say some user wants to contact our admin, that is we people. We need fake page, that is frequently asked questions. Whatever user has something in mind, we should be able to answer it. We need develop our team. So who built this project? So in this our team, we will put 3 names: Scary, Kate, and Many, so that user can see who has built this project, and so that you can put it in the resume also. And when they go to our team, they will see your photo and details, what you are doing and what you have done. And maybe some more pages like contact us, fake, our team, about us, terms and conditions, privacy. These are the static pages which we need to create. This is about our whole website. That's it. So we will build all these pages and we are done. Now, when user does not come in for, I want to do some changes in the database table. From right now, I will be using SQL Yog rather than going to PHP MyAdmin, because I want you to learn this SQL Yog also. When you open the SQL Yog, it will ask your connection. You have to put localhost. You have to put root as a username. Password is empty. Port is 3306. And don't put any database. It will take all the databases. And you put the test connection. It's saying connection successful. And I will say connect. Once I can say connect, I will see all the database listed here. And I can go to project 2017. I will see all the tables. I will go to the users and I can see all the columns which are I created for the user 3. Okay. User.
The same as the admin page.
Pardon?
Just more easy to use.
Pardon?
The SQL Yog is
Yeah.
something to the admin page.
Yeah.
Okay, just be more easy to use.
Right. It's similar to PHP MyAdmin. I can show you in both the places. It's same, but SQL Yog is, sometimes this PHP MyAdmin gets hanged. If there is large data, you will not get good performance in PHP admin, but you will get good performance in the SQL Yog. So, in future, gradually you try to use SQL Yog, which is, which is much better in practical point of view.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So let's see here. It's same. Initially you will feel little difficult because we did PHP MyAdmin, but it's same kind of thing. I want to change one thing in the users table. Let's say user did not. Let's say when user registered to our website. Okay. When user registered with our website, I will keep one field as a status. Okay. One field I want as a status. So what will be the status? Let's check the status. When the user registered to our website, okay, when user registered with our website, I will say status is equal to pending. Pending means he just now created and he has not created any reminder. Okay, forget about pending. Don't worry about this. Whatever we discuss, we will make that one. We will do this status next time when we build our next project, and I will teach you in the beginning how to change the status. So let's forget about the status now. Let's try to build our website. I will build few pages today and few pages I will build tomorrow, day after tomorrow. We will complete as early as possible. So before even starting the project, I will create all the pages. So one is the index.php page, which I created index.php page. Just remember that this is HTML4, but we want to build in HTML5. So I will copy the HTML5 part. I will delete the HTML4 and I will make it HTML5. Okay, so I am making HTML5. This HTML. Pardon?
Can you put that in the chat? All the HTML5.
Yes, I am putting it.
Thank you.
So delete all HTML4 content and put HTML5, because we have to start with the HTML5, because this is something when we put new CSS which is only supported by HTML5, then it will fail in HTML4. So we have to start with HTML5. Since Dreamweaver 8 at that time HTML5 was not there, so it always create with HTML4, but we need to delete all and we have to put it HTML5. So first is index.php. I will save all the pages. It's a contact us, so I will save as contact us.php. I will say fake.php. I will say our team.php. Then I'll say about us.php. Then I'll say terms.php. I'll create all the pages. It will take time, but creating it will also, makes our project a little bit easy when we go further, because we know what we have to build. This is our whole syllabus. I don't want to create login here, so I'm deleting login.php. I need to create new folder. One is the users folder where I will put all the users thing. I will create new folder called as cron. I will also create new folder called as JavaScript. So I will put JS. All the JavaScript will come in the JS. I'll create new folder called as CSS. All the CSS will come inside the CSS. I will create new folder called as images. All the images will go inside this folder. So let's go into the users one and we'll try to create one by one. So one is the login. Go inside the users one and login. Okay, let's go another one. Users part is done. Let's create a one folder also called as reminder. In that folder, let's create new reminder. Sorry, the new reminder is in wrong position. I'll drag and drop to reminder folder. So let's create the cron folder, cron 1. and then cron 2. Also, this project, I will be doing this project in the Dreamweaver template. So let's create a new template. I will create a new, I will go to the template page and I'll say PHP template and I'll create it. And here I just need to change it to HTML5 by changing the top 2 lines. I'll change it to HTML5. Don't select all and replace with this one. The reason is we need this part, we need this part, we need this part, which is created by Dreamweaver. So let's save this template as LR because it's a live reminder. I will save it as LR. So it's saving as lr.dwt.php. If I go in my project folder, it is saved in the templates folder lr.dwt.php. First thing which I want to do is I want to put the Bootstrap CSS. If you don't know Bootstrap CSS, you will learn because all our projects will be in the Bootstrap format. Let's go to getbootstrap.com and I will put this link. I'm putting in the chat also. So I put this link and which I will put in my template. After title, I will put end editable. After end editable, in the title, I will put this link of Bootstrap. And I also need this script tag of the Bootstrap. So I will copy this link also. I will put that also in the head section. After, let's put this after head. Okay, let's put this in after. Let's put before head because then in that case we can update it with our custom JavaScript in the head. Okay, so this is something we put, but this Bootstrap .js does not work without jQuery. So we need to put jQuery part also. So let's try to get the jQuery. Okay, let's try to get jQuery. We can use Google CDN. Okay, I will take this jQuery and I will put it here. Oh, remember one thing. These both are started with HTTPS. These all three are starting with the HTTPS. But when we run our pages locally, it is not HTTPS. So it will give some console error. So to remove the console error, just remove this HTTPS colon and remove it. So it will start with //. // means if the page is HTTP, it will go to HTTP and get the data. If page is HTTPS, then it will go to HTTPS and get the data. So you will not get the error. If you don't remove this HTTPS, your local is HTTP and you are putting here is HTTPS. So it will conflict. So to remove the conflict, just remove the HTTPS part from all the three tags, all the three script tags. Just put //ajax //max bootstrap cdn and 3 places. So just we have to remove the HTTPS colon. Did you got it?
Yes. Can you
Okay.
put the jQuery in chat too?
Yeah, I will put all in again in chat. Let's see. Okay. So I put all the 3 scripts which are needed for running our page. So now I will build. So in template we need to give some editable area where we can put the content. So I will create this editable area now. So I will say div class container, or one thing we can do, we can right now this let's put container, and then I'll show you one more thing. My basic content, I just create one content, my basic content, and I will go to the design view. I will select this my basic content, and I will go to insert template objects and editable region. Once I click editable region, it will ask me what name you want to give. I will keep it as a default edit region 3, and I'll click OK. And once I go to the code view, I will see editable region 3 is there, and here is my basic content, and editable region ends here, and div ends here. So let's put this in some div tag. This is my basic content. So I will put this part also, which you can do as I did, otherwise you can copy paste. Now what I will do, instead of putting as this whole CSS, I will copy it locally, and then I will use that local copy. So I open this bootstrap.min.js, and I will create this bootstrap.min.js in my local folder. That is, I will go to LR, I will go to CSS, and I will create a new file called as bootstrap.min.css. And second, I will create bootstrap.min.js. I'll go into the Javascript, and I'll create a new file, bootstrap.min.js. And I'll create jquery.min.js. I'll go to the JS, and I'll create a new file, jquery.min.js. Let's take the content of this bootstrap.min.js, and I will open the CSS file, and I will put it here. And I will take the bootstrap.js, min.js in the browser, and I will take the content of bootstrap.min.js, and I will put it in the bootstrap.min.js. And then I will take the jQuery. Similarly, I will take the jQuery, and I will put it inside my local. I will take the jQuery, and I will put it inside this my local. And now instead of calling external link, I will say dot dot, because this is in the templates folder. This template is in the templates folder, which lies here. So I have to go one level up. So I will say dot dot, and then I have to go to LR folder. So I will say dot dot slash LR slash, inside LR folder I want to go to CSS folder, inside CSS folder I want to go to bootstrap.min.css, and I can delete this latter part because this was only needed by if I'm using external bootstrap.min.css. Similarly, for JavaScript, I will go to dot dot slash LR slash JS dot bootstrap.min.js, and I will delete all whatever is after it. Similarly, I will go and I will do dot dot slash LR slash JS slash jQuery.min.js. So this way I can access my local copy, and tomorrow, let's say their server is down, I don't care. My local copy is able to access it. Is this clear? 3 parts?
Yeah, so right now you don't want to use the CDN.
Yeah, so we are not using CDN, we are using local our copy.
Yeah.
Right. We can use CDN also, but with CDN the problem is, tomorrow it's good. Some people use CDN kind of thing, And when sometimes locally you are working and internet is not there, the CDN will not work. But this way you can test it without even accessing the internet. So locally you can test everything. It's very fast compared to. And then I will select this all the folders and I will put it to the server. Okay. So my template is ready. Okay. We need to work more on this now. I will not work on this template now till we complete our some part of the website. So this is just a template I created. I will put whole template in the chat. So you can see my template, how it looks like of this. So well, first part is done. We created all the folders. We created template. We created the connection. So basically a structure is done. Now we have to work really on the website from tomorrow. Now one main thing, after you are done with every day's work, what you have to do? You have to right click your project and you have to click this tortoise git and you have to add it. You have to add it. And in the add, check all, whatever you say, check all and click OK. Once you're added all the files which you worked on, every day you will be adding some files. So you have to add it like this. And once you're added, click OK. Second step, right click this project and click the tortoise git or click this commit, git commit. And in the git commit, you can put some message, what you worked today. So for example, I worked on basic structure. I will put some message and all the files are there, which I added it are displayed here. I will just click, I will make sure all is checked and I will click commit. Once I committed it, it is asking me to push. I will push it. And once I click push, I will get some form. I will just don't worry about what is there in the form. I'll click OK. So once I click push, it is saying success message. If you don't get the success message, that something is wrong. Now, if I go to my GitHub account, in the GitHub, I created this project 2017. And here I will see all the files which I committed. You know what I edited in a template. This was my file in the template. I created a connection. This is the file in my connection. I created LR folder. You will see all the files are there. So tomorrow, if by mistake my about us.php is got deleted from my local, I can get it from this github.com. I can get any files. Let's say after 1 year, I did 100 changes. I can revert back to all the 100 changes to what I did 1 year back. So this GitHub maintains the history also. So whatever you do changes, it maintains the history. So tomorrow, if you don't feel comfortable, you can revert it to original one. So every day, whatever you work on, you have to do this step. First step is GitHub add. Second is GitHub commit. Third step is GitHub. You go from push here, or when you commit it, you will be getting one button of push. You can click that one. So let me know if this procedure does not work for you. I will see what is problem in your computer. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So whatever we did, you do it today, and tomorrow you should be ready to start working on the project. We will be completing this project by this week, maybe by Thursday or Friday. So you should be ready tomorrow with all the stuff which I did today. Okay? Okay, that's it for today. Let's see tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.